Has William Ruto's first year in office lived up to the promises he made to the Kenyan people? That's what we're exploring in this discussion. When he ascended to the presidency, Ruto pledged to tackle economic hardships, corruption, and ethnic politics. But has he? Let's dive in. First, the economy. Ruto vowed to improve the conditions for the poor and marginalised. Unfortunately, the economy has suffered under his leadership. The cost of living has risen sharply, with increased petrol prices and a depreciating currency hitting Kenyans hard. Then there were his economic policies. Despite implementing strategies like subsidising fertiliser to boost agriculture, these efforts have not translated into tangible improvements. New and increased taxes have only added to the burden, with little done to address government wastage. Next up, the rule of law. Despite Ruto's pledges to entrench constitutionalism, the judiciary still grapples with corruption and a perception of bias against the poor. More funding was promised, but equal justice for all remains a challenge. Ruto aimed to reform the police force, yet extrajudicial executions persist and civilian oversight remains inadequate. This highlights ongoing challenges in police accountability. And corruption? Despite promising to fight it, Ruto's failure to establish a commission of inquiry into state capture reflects a lack of commitment. Corruption continues to thrive, undermining recovery efforts and accountability. Ruto's presidency has also been marked by ethno-regional appointments and divisive politics, undermining national unity. His failure to address exclusionary practices and patronage further exacerbates societal divisions. Ruto inherited a deeply divided nation from previous governments, but his failure to transcend ethnic and regional divides perpetuates the status quo. Without genuine efforts to reconnect with marginalised communities, Ruto's re-election bid may face significant challenges. In summary, despite his promises of change, William Ruto's first year in office has fallen short of expectations. Without meaningful reforms and a shift away from entrenched political practices, Kenya's trajectory is unlikely to change significantly under his leadership. So, as we reflect on Ruto's first year in office, his promises and the current state of affairs, it's clear that a lot more needs to be done. Indeed, the true measure of leadership is not the promises made, but the promises kept.